Hello, hello, hello! Did you know there are 43 baby mobs in Minecraft? Some of them are impossibly adorable and others, well, not so much. So in this video, I want to rank all the mob babies in order of cuteness. But what is cuteness and how do you measure it? I wasn't really sure, so I asked ChatGPT for a definition. Apparently, if something is cute, it is childlike or endearing, and it gives you a warm feeling. Cuteness is really hard to measure, so I decided to make up my own measuring system. The first score was for my emotional response. How much do I want to hug this mob? I also gave them extra points for their behavior and what they sounded like. And then I did a live stream where I asked you, the viewers, to score all the mobs according to cuteness. I added all the scores up, and the maximum you could get was 23 points. And with this highly scientific method, I worked out which mob was the cutest and which mob was the ugliest. What do you reckon? Who won? Come on, let's find out. Let's start at the bottom. According to popular vote, this is the king of the ugly babies, the Zoglin. This is truly a face only a mother can love. They look bad, they make terrible noises, and they have a rotten attitude. Viewers hated this mob so much, they gave it -1 out of a possible score of 0 to 10, which brings us to a rock bottom score of -3, which I think is well deserved for this festering pink rage monster. Second from the bottom is the husk. This desiccated zombie truly produces ugly offspring. They have an unhealthy complexion, a seriously bad death rattle, and an impressive intent on trying to kill you. With that nasty attitude, the little toe rags only got a score of -2. And as you can see, they are not happy with their ranking. I died, but I have no regrets. There are 4 mobs sitting at -1, and I will introduce them to you in alphabetical order. Let's start with the drowned. I gave them 1 more point than the husk because they glow in the dark, and at least they only attack you when you're in the water or when it's nighttime. The gargling isn't quite as creepy as the sound that the husk makes, but that shade of moldy green is not an endearing skin tone. Sorry guys. The baby hoglin, aka mini murder pig, also sits at -1. Just like their adorable parents, these tusked horrors will attack you on sight. I personally don't like their saggy belly flesh, their flat heads, and the blank white eyes. But some viewers thought the bristles were quite endearing, so they got a huggability factor of 0 from me and a viewer score of 1. So that's that. And while we're on to pig, the next mob in the -1 group is the zombified piglin. I gave these little rascals a 1 for their huggability and a 0 for their behavior because I thought it was actually quite endearing how they interacted with each other, and they kind of have these big heads. They just look like kids. I mean, kids with a serious skin condition, but I just didn't have it in me to just give them a minus number. But the viewers didn't quite agree with me. They gave them a -1. They probably don't have a pet zombified piglin baby at their base. Mine wears a cute little armor, works at my shoe shop, and is called Smithy, so I might be a little bit biased. What score would you have given them? The last mob in the -1 group is the zombie villager. I feel absolutely 0 desire to hug or protect these moldy little maniacs. They zoom around the villages like killing machines on hyperdrive. They attack villagers and players alike, and they know absolutely no mercy. The viewers, however, had less beef with those little Aspo kids, and they gave them a score of 1, which gives these juvenile delinquents a score of -1 in total. Oh no, they're attacking a baby villager. This is truly Lord of the Flies. There are 3 mobs that got exactly 0 points. So let's start with a skeleton horse. You can only get skeleton horse babies in creative mode. But nobody wants to hug this baby because, quite frankly, you'd probably get bruises. It's a little bit bony. It doesn't actually try to attack you, so no points taken off for bad behavior. But it does sound quite horrible. The viewers gave it 1 point because, let's be honest, at the end of the day it's still a horse, and it's really hard to hate horses, even ugly ones. And here is the original inspiration for Chucky, the evil murder baby straight from a horror movie. Never mind the cute big heads and the faces. These guys run fast and they come after you with intent. Once they see you, you're pretty much toast because they run so fast they're really hard to hit. And as if their terrible attitude isn't enough, they sound as if they've got a permanently sore throat. This little monster is setting itself on fire, and it still doesn't give up. All it wants to do is kill me. So I don't mind giving it a little whack, but oh dear, Daddy's here, so I'm out of here. Bye! And here's another ugly pony, the zombie horse. It is extremely green, which is not a great color for a horse, right? However, it is a passive mob, so it won't hurt you. And I have recently watched the musical Wicked, and I have figured out that green isn't actually maybe always a bad color. The witch Elphaba wasn't actually bad, she was just misunderstood, and this is exactly the sort of horse she would ride if she didn't have a broomstick. So in hindsight, I think I've been a little bit harsh, and I'm gonna give this a huggability factor of 2, which brings up the total score to 2. I mean, you can still see the ribs, and it's still undead. But even if you call me woke, you shouldn't judge a horse by the color of its skin. There you go, witchy green pony. Oh, look, I think they're happy. The next baby mob doesn't look anything like its parents. It doesn't hurt you, and it doesn't even make any sounds. It is the tadpole. It hatches from frog spawn, and it later on turns into frogs. But as far as huggability goes, well, there's not really anything there. It's just a little blob. And presumably a slimy little blob. Both the viewers and I gave it 2 points, so it's got a total score of 4. Next is the mini magma cube with a score of 5. I'm not even sure if it's properly a kid because it doesn't really grow into the big ones, but it's small, so I called it a kid. I think these big-eyed little bouncy balls are quite cute. I like the way they hop about and they make those cute squelchy sounds. Which in my mind makes up for the fact that they can hurt you a little bit. I don't think they do it on purpose, honestly. The viewers didn't like them quite as much as I did, but that brought us to a total score of 5. By the way, do you know what you call a baby magma cube? Well, think about it. It must be a magma cub. Okay, enough for the mum jokes. Let's get the next mob. Maybe I'm a little bit weird, but I really like baby piglins. Maybe it's the big baby faces, or the cute waggly ears, or maybe it's the way they interact with the adults and with each other. I just think they're adorable. They also make cute oinky noises. Okay, so they may attack you if you don't follow the piglin code, and they may steal your stuff, and they have tusks, but still, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 because I really think they're so cuddly. Unfortunately, the viewers didn't quite agree with me there. The people watching the stream obviously weren't big pig fans, so they only gave them a 1, which means the piglins got a total score of 8. What do you think? Cute or ugly? There are 3 mobs with a score of 9, and again I will give them to you in alphabetical order. Weirdly, they all start with the letter S. Let's start with the slime. You already know I can't resist a bouncy cube, and you don't even have to go into the nether to find these squishy little jello monsters. I find these little guys so adorable, I don't just want to hug them, I want to eat them. Don't you think they look edible? Like gummy sweeties. The only thing that's stopping me is that cute little surprised looking face. And of course they can hurt you, so yeah, don't eat slime, okay? Don't eat slime. So I gave slime a whopping 8 out of 10, but I did take 1 point off for the horrible squelchy noises. Unfortunately, the audience didn't really agree with me. They only gave them 2 points. How mean was that? The next 9-point mob is the squid. Until I did this video, I didn't even realize we now have baby squid in Minecraft. And the reason for that is that it's difficult to tell a baby from an adult. They look exactly the same, except smaller. Is that one over there a baby, or is it just far away? I honestly can't tell you. Here's an adult and a baby together, but once you get closer, it's really hard to tell unless you see them directly next to a block. and I find that quite disappointing. So for that reason, I gave the squid only 3 points for huggability, but the audience again disagreed with me. I think they felt sorry for those big sad eyes and maybe like the wibbly wobbly legs, I'm not sure, but they gave it a whopping 6 points, which adds up to a total score of 9, and I now feel a little bit mean. The next baby on our list is this weird little fellow. It's so ugly that it's actually kind of cute, and it has some of the most adorable behavior in Minecraft. Yes, you got it. It's the Strider, and it rides on its mummy's back. Strider babies and Strider parents have got the cutest interactions with each other. Just look at the way these guys look at each other. It is so sweet. And the little wobbly waddly walk. Aww. So I gave it 5 points, the audience gave it 3 points, and 1 bonus point for behavior. And that brings us to a score of 9. Because this parent clearly loves its adorable offspring. Now let's take a big leap forward and go straight to 12 points. The first mob in this group is the armadillo, and I have to immediately apologize to you. This mob has divided the Minecraft community since it was introduced. On the Igniter SMP, we even had an armadillo war over this issue. Half our server members thought they were really ugly and the little scoot they dropped looked like poop. And the other half thought they were super cute and that the scoot was so useful for making dog armor. And then they do this cute thing, they roll up into these balls. I can't stop playing with them. From my scores, you can probably guess what group I was in. And you will also see that some of the viewers were in the opposite camp. I have absolutely no regrets about the 8 points I gave them though. Their tiny little tails, their long ears, their pointy noses, and then they make those cute sounds. I mean, how could you not love them? And we're back to squid. Glow squid this time. And yes, I did give these guys a better score because, well, glow squid just look better than normal squid. I mean, they have shiny legs, they've got shiny eyes, they're an attractive color, so yeah, definitely more points. I still think it's a shame though that the juveniles are only half-size adults. I mean, could they not have made their heads bigger or something? Anything to make them look more babyish, right? Oh dear, this one is about to perspire. Yeah, and of course the babies don't drop anything. Next we have the mule, half donkey and half horse, and apparently not completely unattractive. I really think the only reason why the mule ended up with such a low score was because out of all the horsey type creatures that are not undead, this is probably the one that is the least cute. There are quite a few rideable mobs still coming up that are really cute, so they had a lot of competition. And here's a test for the nature lovers. Here's a mummy mule with her 2 foals. What is wrong with this picture? Well, do you know? Okay, let me tell you. This is something you will never actually see in real life. All mules are actually infertile. They can't have their own babies. The mummy of a mule foal is always a horse and the daddy is always a donkey. So, there you go. The last mob in the 12-point group is the pig. Now, I can hear you scream, pigs are really popular in Minecraft. So why did it only get 12 points? Well, let me explain. Yes, they have cute big baby heads and they've got big eyes and they've got stumpy little legs and that makes them quite adorable. And the original pink pig would have scored much higher, but recently Minecraft added the brown pig that lives in warm biomes and this woolly, funny looking pig that lives in cold climates. And to be quite honest, those 2 pig varieties are not very nice to look at, they just look weird. Viewers didn't really think those pigs were cute, so that massively dropped the overall score of the pigs. I hope these guys will one day apologize to their pink brothers for seriously lowering the cuteness ratings. We have 2 mobs that share 13 points and they are both aquatic. First there is the salmon. Did you know that we now have salmon in 3 sizes? We've got baby salmon, medium-sized salmon, and then we've got the big salmon. The viewers were so delighted with this discovery that they gave the baby salmon a whopping 8 points. I myself found it a little harder to imagine hugging a fish. I mean, they're cold and clammy and slimy, but then salmon really tastes good, so I only gave salmon 5 points. The other mob that got 13 points for cuteness was the baby turtle. These guys are so ridiculously small, and just look at the way those little flippers flop about. Sadly again, they seem to be just scaled down versions of the adults, but since adult turtles are already super cute, how can the babies not be cute? So I think these adorable dinky critters fully deserve their 13 points. And that brings us straight to the 5 mobs that received cuteness factor 14. Let's start with these buzzy fuzzy fluff cubes. Bees are one of the most adorable mobs in Minecraft, so it's no wonder that their kids got a good score. Everything from the tiny wings to the stripes to the big eyes screams super cute to me. And while I would hesitate to hug a real life bee, I think Minecraft bees are incredibly huggable. In fact, Minecraft bees are so huggable that I've even seen Minecraft bee plushies in real shops. So 3 cheers for the bees. I'm giving you the golden buzzer. And here's another mob that comes in 3 different varieties. There's the normal chicken, the warm biome chicken, and the cold biome chicken. And unlike with the pigs, these 3 varieties all look super cute and super derpy. Just look at that haircut. I mean, that's crazy. That's mad, right? And these stripy golden yellow ones, they really look adorable. Science tells us that things with big eyes and big heads always look more baby-like. And baby features are part of what makes us think that something is cute. Well, Minecraft baby chickens don't just have big heads. Their head is practically 90% of their body. Just look how much head there is. It's crazy. So I feel fully supported in my judgment that this is actually a cute baby mob. Mushrooms are another mob that is cashing in big time on the child features. Have you noticed that baby cows have got heads that are almost the same size as the adult cows, but their bodies and legs are tiny? They're so cute and sweet with their big eyes. And I love the cheerful red and white color scheme, so I gave them a huggability factor of 8, and I was very surprised that the viewers only gave them 6 points. But 14 is still a very good score. Aww, hello buddies. Sniffers also have fairly large heads, but that's true for both the adults and the babies, because the babies are essentially just scaled down versions of the big ones. And when I say big head, actually, well, it's mostly nose, isn't it? I mean, more than half of this face is it a nose? Is it a beak? Well, it's that yellow thing at the front. It's huge. But they do that cute sniffy action with that thing, and then they have the waggly ears, and generally speaking, they just waddle about in an adorable fashion. I personally didn't think they were super huggable. Well, not as huggable as the funny cows, but the viewers absolutely loved the sniffer and gave them a whopping 8 points. Well done, Sniffer Baby, you're officially cute. We've already seen all the other vaguely humanoid monster babies and we weren't too impressed. So what do we think about the villager children? They have big heads, but they also have big noses and big eyebrows, just like their mummies and daddies. And they are completely bald. So I would suggest to maybe stay away from the best looking baby competitions. But apart from looks, they have the most adorable behavior. The way they interact with the adults and with each other is just totally cute. They even talk in cute little voices. And then they do this, they bounce on the beds. That is adorable. So I think their adorable behavior makes up plentifully for what they lack in looks. We have 2 mobs sitting at 15 points, the horse and the polar bear. I've already told you that I've got a big old soft spot for horses, and the audience seemed to agree with me. They come in so many cute varieties. There's plain ones and spotty ones, and some have socks and some have blazes. There are endless varieties and tons of different colors. So I think we can all agree foals are cute. And here is another super cute mob baby that nobody will argue about. They're fluffy, they look cuddly, and most of us have probably had teddy bears when we were children. So when we see these white little bears, we all have really happy thoughts and feelings. I really want to pet this little bear cub, but there is one small problem, because Mummy is super protective and even the little one doesn't like to be touched, so I have to take 1 point off for bad behavior. Bad little bear, bad little bear. Phew, I just managed to get away. And now look at that face. Butter wouldn't melt in its mouth. Note to self, looks can be deceiving. Not everything that looks cute actually acts cute. There are 2 mob babies that got 16 points. The first is the dolphin baby. Like their parents, the dolphin babies have really cute faces. They just look like smaller versions of a mob that is already adorable. Their behavior is also super cute. They follow players and boats, they jump about out of the water, and they play with blocks. The viewers loved them so much they gave them a whopping score of 9. And here is the baby goat. I have a special fondness for those. When goats were first introduced to Minecraft, I became quite obsessed with goats, and I made quite a few tutorials about them too. Did you know Minecraft baby goats don't have horns, which makes them even cuter? I gave them an extra point for the cute noises that they make. And I also wanted to give them an extra point for their adorable big jumps. Boing! But then these little fellows reminded me of something else that they like to do. Yes, that. Thank you very much, buddy. So I've taken that point away again. You've got nobody to blame for that but yourself. Next we have 3 mobs that received a cuteness factor of 17, so we're really moving up to the top of the cuteness pile. For me, axolotl were the highlight of the Cliffs and Caves update. They're undoubtedly cute, and so are their babies. They come in 5 adorable pastel shades, and I have spent way too much time trying to get a rare blue one in my life. But I have absolutely 0 regrets. And there is another reason why I have to give these guys really big points, because my very first official Minecraft tutorial was about axolotl. It's what got me into becoming a content creator. I've recently watched that video again, and oh my god, there are so many things I would do differently now. It's kind of a bit cringe, but the enthusiasm is real. So here's 17 points to the axolotl. Let's see what's next. Baby cows are undoubtedly cute with their big heads and their tiny moos. But they also got some extra points because they come in 3 adorable varieties. The cold biome cows with the derpy hair and the big horns are my absolute favorite. They look so cute. They look exactly like the Highland cows that we have in Scotland. You don't just see them in the mountains. Some people actually keep them as pets because they are so adorable, and they're actually smaller than regular cows. So well done, Mojang, for adding this cute cow. The warm biome cow with the ginormous horns is also absolutely lovely. I really like it. It's such a nice color. And those horns, I mean, they're like handlebars on a motorbike or something. And then there are the regular cows, so just the ordinary spotty ones. I mean, they're not bad either, are they? So I think that the 17 points are well deserved for this mob. Those are cute babies. The last 17 points mob was the donkey. It was a super favorite with all the viewers. They gave it a whopping 10 points. I don't know whether it was the funny long ears, the cute faces, or the soft pale muzzles, but donkeys were definitely the favorite mob out of all the equestrian mobs. And I agree with the viewers. I thought baby donkeys were absolutely huggable. But there are some baby mobs still to come that I thought were even more adorable. Lambs are baby animals that we immediately associate with cuteness. When we see the first baby lambs in the fields, we know it's springtime. They're fluffy, they're cuddly, and they give us all sorts of happy feelings. So it's no surprise that Minecraft lambs actually score very high on the huggability score. Their behavior and sounds are also adorable. They make much higher baaing noise than their mummies and daddies. Here you just see the classic white sheep, but there are all sorts of other colors in Minecraft, and that of course adds to the cuteness. So well done, sheepies, you get a score of 18. And now that we have moved into the top 10 of cutest baby mobs, here is the camel. You and me voted the camel 9th cutest baby mob in Minecraft with a whopping score of 19. I also awarded it an extra point for cute behavior. There are so many details that are really adorable in the animation. It starts with the getting up and sitting down animation. There's the waggly tail. There are the wobbly little ears. And then there is the fast waddly walk. Just look at that. Oh, and did I mention the smiley mouse? Just look at that. It looks like they're smiling, doesn't it? Let's see which cute baby comes next. As we get closer to the top spot for cutest baby mob, things are getting really tight. So there are two mobs who both get 20 points for cuteness. In shared 7th place is the ocelot, the cute spotty jungle cat. I mean, it does attack chickens, but it's got to eat something, right? I mean, this is a wild cat. If it doesn't hunt anything, it's gonna starve. It's got a big head, cute little legs, an adorable fur, and then there is that really funny little dark spot at the end of the tail. And it also has the cutest little meow. Oh, here goes another chicken, obviously still hungry. It wants to grow into a big cat fast. Yes, that's right. The jungle is a tough place and you need to practice being a good hunter. The other 20-point mob is not a predator. It's the exact opposite. It's prey. It's cute. It's innocent. It's the bunny rabbit. There are a number of features that make the rabbit a real star. It's the long ears, it's the cute hopping, it's the pink nose, and the fact that there are tons of different varieties. But just for this video, I've taken my favorite, the actual bog standard light brown rabbit, because it's the most like a real rabbit. Oh, I didn't mention the big eyes, did I? Yep, the baby bunny is a star, even those that are not made out of chocolate. Two mobs are sharing 21 cuteness points, which puts them on place 5 and 6 together. Yep, I told you, things are getting tight at the top. The humble kitty cat got top scores for almost everything. Behavior, sound, looks. We just love a little pussycat. They come in so many different colors. Here's a black one. And here's a white one. There literally is a pussycat for everyone. That little meow. And then they sleep on your bed. I mean, you can't really beat that, can you? Well, actually you can. But before we move on to the top scorers, here's the other domestic pet that we love as much as the cat. The wolf cub, or when it's domesticated, the puppy. Hello, little one. This is the classic wolf. We've had the white variety for ages, but recently Mojang introduced other varieties of dogs. Here are some examples for you. This cute stripy one, for instance, lives in the mesa. You can find this cool black dog in old-growth spruce taigras. There are many more, but I think my favorite is the jungle dog. This brown guy looks just so adorable. So, with both dogs and cats being super popular, here's the question, what are you, a dog person or a cat person? And now things are getting really exciting because we're moving up to the top scores. So the third place is shared by two mobs again. These super cute fox cubs got a whopping score of 22 cuteness points. They don't just look adorable, they also have so much charm and their noises are so sweet, that little yipping sound. And they pick up the berries and carry them about in their mouths. It's just beautiful. And now the mummy fox is showing the baby foxes how to hunt salmon, except they're kind of not very good at it. But wait, that's not all. If you thought you had seen cuteness, you haven't seen this yet. These are the Arctic foxes, and they curl up to sleep. Oh my god, that is just... look at it! This is just... so nice. Yeah, I'm a big fan. And here's a mummy fox hunting. That jump was just... that was something else, but you missed. Okay, will you catch the rabbit? Oh dear. Oh, you're in trouble. Oh, you're in trouble. Did you know that polar bears don't like foxes? Oh no, this little fox cub has just become an orphan. Oh dear. And now friends, get ready for another cuteness overdose at 22 points. The panda. Oh my, the panda cubs. I mean, pandas are really sweet. They look cuddly, they have cute faces, they make funny sounds, and they have all these different characteristics. So we've seen the sneezy panda, and there's a roly-poly panda. And look, I found a lazy panda. Panda babies are so truly adorable, they definitely deserve a place in the top 3. But can you guess which two mob babies are on number 1 and number 2 in the cuteness score? I won't let you wait any longer. Without further ado, here is the second cutest baby mob. It turns out that I was right all along. The second cutest baby mob is the llama. Now, anybody who knows me knows that I love llamas, but it knocked me off my feet when you, the audience, gave 11 points to the baby llamas because you thought that 10 points just wasn't enough, so you asked me to give them an extra point. And just to say thank you for confirming to me that this is one of the cutest mobs in Minecraft, I am going to make a baby llama caravan. I'm just gonna shut up for a moment and let you watch the madness while you think about what is the top scoring mob. Which one is still missing? Are you ready? It is hands down, no questions asked, the offspring of the happy ghast, the baby ghastling. Technically, the top score should have only been 23, but I took the executive decision to give the baby ghast another extra point for huggability, because just looking at those sweet little faces with their smiles and everything, it just makes me incredibly happy. I would hereby like to officially apologize to every llama in Minecraft. I am very sorry for my disloyalty, but you are not the cutest mob anymore. I have found a mob that is so cute, it's unbelievable. The baby happy ghast. I would go so far as to say they are proper therapets. Just look at them. If you're having a bad day or something, just spawn in one of those little fellows and look at them and listen to them, and you will instantly start a smile spreading all over your face and a warm fuzzy feeling in your belly. Well done, happy ghast. Congratulations, Mojang. You have just made a super cute mob. And there we are. With your help, I have ranked every single baby mob in Minecraft from absolute ugliest to super cutest. Do you agree with this ranking? Write in the comments what you think. And if this little video put a smile on your face, please leave a little like and maybe subscribe to my channel, because it will really help me grow, and then more people can see these videos and more people can smile. Thank you for watching and have a hippy dippy day. Bye bye!